Today we're going to be doing something quite decadent. It's a lamb and olive tagine. I've been to Morocco many times and I actually had this version with chicken in the mountains of the Atlas region at this family's house that didn't have electricity. They had a donkey in the cellar. Yes, a donkey in the cellar. It was really, really special. The food was insane. Everything was so fresh and so good. You need good quality lamb shanks. Now, I've trimmed the fat a little bit. The first thing we're gonna do, as I'm gonna run you through the spices, is brown them because you wanna get the flavor out of that lamb in your stew. Now in tagines, often, they just build up that tagine and they don't actually brown the lamb. That's just something that I guess from cooking technique I do, and I feel like it adds a lot of flavor. I'm sure you've heard of ras al-hanout. Ras al-hanout is basically the head of spices or the head of the pantry. And it's a mix of a bunch of spices. It's a Moroccan, classic in their kitchen. And if you don't have that, and that's what I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna assume you don't have ras al-hanout, so I'm gonna give you substitutes today to give you a really, really yummy dish without needing that spice. So we have saffron. Now, I live in Dubai and Iran's next door, so I get quite a bit of saffron, so I can use that big pinch. Paprika. We have cinnamon, we have clove, ground clove. I'm using ground clove. You don't want to bite on that little clove, that little bugger in your teeth. It's just really annoying. So get the ground clove. I've got some turmeric and some cumin, some coriander powder, some black pepper. I think that's about it. So my sister set it up really nicely for me before we shot with nice little, piles. And then I messed it up and put these two in there. So sorry, Jojo. But it doesn't really matter because you know what we're gonna do with this? It's all going in here anyways. So I'm gonna be making my spice paste. Now, garlic cloves in there, olive oil, salt. So this is what you want. Nice little spice paste here. Put them in one at a time. You don't wanna steam them. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, that sizzle. And I'm just gonna brown them one at a time now. You can leave the onion out. So what I've learned is that some tagines have onion and some don't, or at least that's how I ate it in Morocco. But I'm gonna add a little bit of onion to it and you wanna cut long wedges. So I'm gonna do that now while my meat is cooking. Once you get too close to the end, just turn it around and do it this way. Beautiful. So I'm gonna put them back on the board. Don't worry, they're gonna cook for hours, so it's okay if I'm putting them back on that same raw board. If you don't have a dried lime like I do, so that's just set out in the sun to dry. If you don't have that, then just use either a preserved lime, you see that a lot in Moroccan cooking, or just pop in a lime. Cinnamon sticks and bay leaves. So these guys are done. Now we're gonna drain some of the oil because the lamb's gonna release quite a bit of oil. We don't want it too greasy. Just keep a little bit in there. Now we're gonna add our onions. And what you want, take all that flavor that's in the pot. Just that. So lamb and onion. Wow, let's go home. It's done. Very good. So we're gonna put our gorgeous little guys back in there. Now, you can obviously put some red vino in there and that would be gorgeous, but it wouldn't be a tagine because, well, we don't put alcohol in our food. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill it with water because you wanna get all of it. All. Then the important aromatics, so cinnamon stick, beautiful lime. And it wouldn't be an olive tagine without our green olives. I've pitted them and cut them in half and just add them. Okay, this looks beautiful already. Please look at that. And it smells, you need to smell that. You need to smell, or you need to do that. Just add some hot water, so no stock, because you're gonna have a bunch of flavors coming out of this. So we're gonna add just a little bit more water. Bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 2 hours. It might take a little bit longer, but we'll check in on it in 2 hours. So see you in a bit. So these have been cooking and simmering in this beautiful, beautiful lamb water for about 2.5 hours. It's anywhere between 2.5 and 3, sometimes even 2, depends on the size of your shank, really. But yeah, these are done. And how do you know they're done? So that is really, okay, do you see this? No resistance, no resistance. And let me show you more. So do you see that? Okay, this is what I want. And this is what I want to eat. Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, this needs a moment of silence. This is really, 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 really delicious. You want your shanks to come out with a bone, but when they are beautifully tender and delicious, they usually don't, and they fall apart. But you do want to keep the bones in there. It just gives it an extra va-va-voom. And of course, my tagine pot. Now, I could have cooked it in this. That could have been possible, but I didn't. I didn't cook it in a tagine pot because not everybody has a tagine pot. And then you'll tell me, oh, I can't do this because I don't have a tagine pot. And I'm showing you, you can. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Let me show you, this is the lime. What I do is I just squeeze it because there's a lot of flavor in there, and then we discard it. You also want to take out the cinnamon stick. Anything you serve on a plate, people are going to bite on, and you don't want anybody to bite on a cinnamon stick. Last finishing touches, almonds and micro herbs, my little touch. Here we go. And serve it with rice, or, of course, I've steamed up some brown couscous. I put some barberry on it just because I had some in the freezer. But there we go. Serve it with this. And this is really, really a showstopper. I didn't do much. It just cooked in there for 3 hours. But you know what? The prep doesn't take so long. It's really worth it. So give it a try. I know there was a little piece here that stayed for me. And that's what I'm going to eat. And I want to show you the inside. Okay, see? Meltingly tender. Absolutely beautiful. If you like this, subscribe to the channel and see you next time. I'm gonna get to eating this now. Bye bye.